Welcome to Personal Development Mastery Podcast. I am 𝘁𝗁𝗄𝘆𝗲 and my mission is to inspire you to grow, stand out and take action towards the next level of your life. I interview leaders, authors, successful entrepreneurs, spiritual teachers, exceptional people who will inspire you to improve your life. Tune in for 2 episodes each week and make sure you subscribe to get them as soon as they are released. Welcome to episode 195. And this episode today is a short consolidation one. I have picked a topic which many people have issues with or concerns about or difficulties with, and that is money, finances, wealth, how to make more. And in this episode today, I will share 4 of my previous guests' wisdom on the matters of money mindset and finances, and I will let their voice share their message. The first one of the 4 is Jamie York, who became a self-made millionaire by the age of 24, a property investor of the year, and I asked him what he thinks is the main reason that people struggle to create financial success in their life. What is that lacking element in their mindset? And here's what he said.
It's their relationship to money, is what I would say. And what I mean by that is in my family, if I went to somebody in my family, I went, so how much do you earn? That's a bit rude, isn't it? Yeah. It's just like, why is that rude? Why is that rude? Like, you don't go, what color are you painting your door? A bit rude. It's just a question. But that's how we treat money, isn't it? It's a very private affair. It's taboo to talk about money. And both sides of it, by the way. If somebody's struggling with money, I go, great, how much are you earning? How are you spending your money? Because actually, if I don't know those problems and I don't know that, I can't help somebody. But it's also taboo to celebrate that you make a load of money as well. You know, if you go, yeah, I'm a millionaire. All right, not bad. You know, yeah, that's a bit ego. Get over yourself. It's just like, why? Why? And often it's your relationship to money. And if you can't talk about money, how do you expect to talk about building it up?
And we will also listen to Jamie talking about that mentality that is quite prevailing, that if you save a little bit of money here and there, that's the way to become wealthy.
An extreme example is these people like, don't go to Costa. Costa costs you £3.50. Just make a coffee at home. Costs you 15 pence. And it's like, come on, man. You know, like it's a bit over the top. And if you've got that restrictive attitude towards things, you know, you're never going to be wealthy, financially wealthy. I don't know many people that have saved themselves to a millionaire. You know, you have to take risks, calculated risks, but within that becomes a healthier relationship with how you perceive money. Money doesn't change you, by the way. It never changes people, ever. It exposes them, okay, or accentuates them. It just makes you more of what you already are. And often what you see is what people have been pretending who they are as individuals. So if you're a charitable giving person, when you're a millionaire, you can give a lot more. You can help a lot more. If you're an arsehole with no money, you're even more of an arsehole with money. Yeah. And you think that money gives you power of some kind. And those are the people that think that money makes you better. It doesn't make you better. You know, don't treat somebody with money with money as more than they actually are. Treat them with respect if you want financial advice, but it doesn't make them a better person. It's just more of what it already is. So it's always accentuating or exposing who you are.
My second guest that we will visit today is Dr. Singh, a former dentist who discovered his true passion in facial aesthetics and a very successful property investor. So here he is talking about a very important element of our mindset around money, the concept of the money thermostat.
Yeah, and where people go wrong, they look at the strategy. So they'll go online or go on a course to say, okay, I need to spend this, do this, etc. But it's all to do with your money beliefs, which you touched on. As I said, your income can only grow to the extent that you can grow. So that's why I'm still doing personal development, going on personal development courses, business courses, always learning. And your net worth is your network. So in terms of who you're hanging around with. So it's a bit like 𝗶𝗶𝗄𝘆𝗀 really explains, it's like a money thermostat. There will be a level that you set your money point at. So it's like a thermostat in your room. So you set your thermostat at a particular temperature. If you open the window, it's going to get colder, your thermostat's going to increase. If you put heating on that room, your thermostat's going to decrease. But eventually, it's going to go to your money thermostat. So everyone has a money thermostat internally. And this comes from your money beliefs, your education, what you were taught by your parents or what you saw your parents did. That would be your money thermostat. So for some people, their money thermostat could be, my maximum income I'm going to earn is $5,000 a month. And when they earn more than that, they will find ways of spending that extra money. So it brings it down to $5,000 a month. If their income goes down to $2,000, they're going to be innovative, add value to make their income go back to their $5,000, because that's what their baseline is. So you need to find out what your money thermostat is. Where do your money beliefs come from? So that would be the first step.
And when I asked him what would his advice be to someone who wants to change their money thermostat and increase it and have more money in their life, here's what he said.
Yeah, one of my mentors, he always said to me, it might be 𝗶𝗶𝗄𝗆, he said, okay, let's say you want to earn 100,000 in the year, add an extra zero to it. So anything you have a goal for, just add an extra zero. So instead of 100,000, I'm going to be aiming for 1 million. You'll have a completely different mindset, different activities, different goals to aim for that £1 million. You may hit it, which is wonderful. If you don't hit it, I guarantee you're going to be hitting more than 100,000 in your original plan. So whatever your goal is, just add an extra zero to it, and then you'll have a different mindset. You'll become a different person to aim for that goal. Also, there'll be less competition in that arena because everyone aims for the mediocre, normal, play it safe. Aim for the extraordinary. Add an extra zero. That is probably the simplest way to change your money belief.
And we will also listen to a last quick clip of 𝗁𝗁 talking about spending money to save time versus spending time to save money. He gives an amazing example.
There's time versus money. One of those resources is limited, the other resource is unlimited. So time is limited. And I use the examples. Let's say you're walking along the beach and you see a lamp. You rub the lamp and a genie pops up. And the genie says to you, I'm not going to give you 3 wishes. I'm going to give you 1 wish, which is, I'm going to give you £86,400. Every day, I'm going to give you £86,400. But one day, I'm going to stop giving you that money. But I'm not going to tell you when. Anything you got left over from day one, from the £86,400, you cannot carry it forwards to the next day. So most people say, okay, we don't want to waste that money. We're going to make the most of that money, invest it, not waste it. But substitute £86,400 with seconds. Every day you are given 86,400 seconds. Next day you're given 86,400 seconds. One day, unfortunately, it's going to pass away, not to sound too morbid. But also anything you've wasted on day one or not used up, you cannot carry it forward. So that's the importance of time. And 𝗶𝗶𝗄𝗆 said, same again, rich people will spend money to save time. Poor people will spend time to save money. And I fell for this trick.
My third guest, which we will listen from next, is Genecia Alluora, a successful businesswoman and former Miss Singapore. And I asked her about her first business, which was failing, and she was in a 6-figure debt, and how she managed to pull out of that. And here's a very prudent piece of advice she gave.
Of course, I was depressed and I didn't know where to go or what to do. I have no business experience. And I wanted to commit suicide because 6-figure is not a small sum. And we are, where am I going to find the money to pay back all the suppliers, right? And everybody's chasing after me. And that moment, I just felt really lost. So the key thing here is to always ask for help. So I went and asked for help from my entrepreneur friends, not to borrow money, because that's what a lot of people do. Oh, my boat is sinking, my ship is sinking. Come, help me to patch it up. No, rather I asked, what would you advise me to do differently about my situation now? Can you guide me through my depression? Can you guide me through my thoughts? So I managed to find someone whom has gone through bankruptcy, like worse than me, gone through the debts, bankrupt, and he's now a multi-millionaire. And he coached me on my mindset, how to get out of depression, handling the debtors, creditors, and then slowly climbing out of the black hole, eventually standing firmly on the ground with my both feet.
And the last guest that we're going to listen from is Rich Waterman, a peak performance coach and mentor. And we will hear his answers. The first one is about money itself and how we can create more financial wealth.
So then we had this thing called money was a representation of value. So that's all you got to remember is money is just a representation of value. So if you want more money, you want more financial wealth, you just need to provide more value. And the way that I summarize it is how can I be of more service to others? That's how I do it. So contribution is obviously a big part of my life. The way that I recommend people to create more wealth is I'm a big fan of a Japanese system called Igikai. I've been talking about it quite a lot recently because I think actually there's an element of it now that's even more important. And Ikigai are 4 overlapping circles, and in the middle is like your sweet spot. And my summary of the circles, it may not be the traditional summary, but is what am I really great at? What am I skilled at? I actually sometimes even just say, where do I get results? Where can I help people get results? It might be through a product or a service. Where do I know that I can effectively add value to people? That's the first circle. That's my summary of it. The second circle is what am I passionate about? So some people say, well, I just created an amazing business and I'm a multimillionaire and I wasn't passionate about the business. They probably were passionate about the doing the business, the actual being a business owner. They weren't necessarily passionate about the content. A lot of people I work with are actually passionate about not only running the business and growing the business, but also the content within the business as well. Reason for that is if you're more passionate about something, you bring more of you to it, more of your energy. You're more likely to persist. If you have bumps in the road or challenges or obstacles, you'll keep going because you love doing it. So I think it's quite a smart thing to do things you're passionate about. And if you're passionate about it and you're skilled at it, you're really good at getting results with this thing or this product, this service. That's a great start. The third circle, which actually in the past I have ignored to a certain point, I think right now is the most important circle potentially of the three, which is what do people need? And so you just need to be aware of what you do and what you're passionate about. How does that match with what people need? So you need to go and ask people. If you think you can help people with things, go and ask them. Don't assume anything. One of the biggest mistakes I see with business entrepreneurs, I used to work a lot with coaching startup businesses. Biggest mistake is you fall in love with your product or service. You never check whether anyone actually wants it or not. And then the fourth circle is, will they pay? Are people pay? So you can have, I'm really good at this thing. I'm really skilled at it. I'm passionate about it. People need it, but sometimes people won't pay for it. Find out what you're skilled at, where you get results. Find out what you're passionate about. Definitely find out what people need and make sure they have ability to pay. Or if not, create products or services that at a appropriate level where they will pay.
And the last clip, which I'm going to end this podcast episode with, is about the concept of do I deserve money or not, which again I believe stands in the way of many people's path towards wealth. Here's Rich's answer.
There is no concept of do I deserve it? Do I deserve money or not? There should not be a concept around that. Do I deserve money? I don't deserve to be wealthy. I deserve to be poor. That type of conversation. because you just got to bring it back to value. Can I provide value to another human being or group of human beings, or a collection of them in a business or something like that? There is absolutely an answer to that question of can I provide value? And for every single person on that planet, the answer is yes. You just got to decide what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Decide whether you're passionate about it, decide whether people need it, and decide whether people will pay. And then you'll make money. You'll make as much money as you want to make. Surround yourself with people that have a really healthy relationship with creating money. So people that are wealthy and you admire their values and morals.
I hope you found something useful, something valuable, something actionable among these short snippets of wisdom from these amazing people I spoke with in the podcast. If you enjoyed this type of episode, I would certainly like to do more of them. I believe it condenses wisdom into actionable items we can pick up and implement and change our lives. But I want your help. So tell me, what are your challenges? What kind of content would you most benefit from? Go to personaldevelopmentmasterypodcast.com and send me a message through there. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed it, go to Apple, Spotify, or where you listen your podcast from and leave a rating and a review. It will mean a lot to me. And until next time, stand out, don't fit in.